Hi, I'm Barbara Levin, and I am delighted to be speaking today with Judy Vandenboom, one of the McHenry County Citizens for Choice board members and a longtime supporter. Welcome, Judy.
Thank you very much. I'm so happy to be included.
Oh, we're so happy to have you. Let's start this by my asking you to tell us a little about yourself, if you would. For instance, how long have you been in McHenry County?
About 40 years.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I said when I did my research.
And how long have you been involved with MCCC?
About 25 years. I,
Wow.
I wasn't involved in the very first organizational meetings, but as a result of those meetings, the original president, Ellen Hamilton, wrote uh, a letter to the editor of our local countywide newspaper, the Northwest Herald, informing readers of the organizing effort and the importance of abortion rights. So I wanted to contact Ellen, so I called the op-ed editor, and policy would not allow him to give me her phone number or address, but he gave me a roundabout way of getting it. He said if I would write a letter to her and put it in an envelope that was stamped and sealed, and then send that to him, he would address it to her.
How interesting. So
Yeah,
it's almost as it's like secret. It's almost like a secret, like like abortion in many cases, or the
right.
history of abortion. Well, that's quite a history. I love it. What
Well, as
was?
a matter of fact, that op-ed gentleman was pro-choice.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, over the years we got a good working relationship because I was writing a lot of letters to the editor.
It's powerful. Um,
Yeah, it is. So anyway, she did get the letter, and she called me, and I went to the first general meeting that was held at the Crystal Lake Library. And that night I volunteered to become the historian, and shortly after that, the secretary.
wow.
And when Ellen, who was an entrepreneur, got MCCC up and running,
Mm.
she resigned. Mary took over as president, and I inherited the job of registered agent. And then after that, I submitted annual reports to the Secretary of State of Illinois. And finally, well past retirement years, and with a new lifestyle, a new man in my life,
Mm.
um, last December I resigned from the board, but I am still very involved.
Mm-hmm. Well, you share a lot of history. Shared a lot of history just right there. So you 25 years. So it was so at the time you joined, abortion was legal.
Yes.
What was the compelling reason for you once you read her letter to the editor? Is that what prompted you, or what prompted you
Well, I
to
have
get involved?
always been very supportive of the feminist movement,
Hmm.
and that was just part of it. So I wanted to hear what it was about and see if it was something I was interested in belonging to, which it was.
Apparently.
Uh, yeah. And I just felt that women have a right to choose to end what is a forever life changing event, and for reasons of their own.
Yes.
Nobody else's business.
Yes. Well, that is you. You stated that so well. So well, it is a forever decision.
Right.
Um, do you remember? I ask everyone this, and some people do, and some people do not. Do you remember when the Supreme Court came down with the decision on Roe v. Wade in 1973?
I can't recall my reaction to it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm sure I was very happy to hear of it because, as I said, I was very supportive of the feminist movement.
That's great.
Um, yeah, I was very supportive, except for the part about not shaving your underarms.
Well, women had choice about doing
Yes, I
that or
do.
not. That's funny.
I chose to do it.
I understand. Okay. Well. It's a personal choice.
Yeah.
But, do you think the stigma, I think we would all agree that there's a stigma now about choice. And it wasn't always there, but it is now. And why do you think there is?
Well, between the never ending efforts of the Catholic hierarchy, the evangelists, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and other fundamentalists, to bring shame and guilt on women who have abortions, regardless of their reason, and regardless of the fact that it was none of their business in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so women they fear public repercussions from virulent anti-choicers.
Yes, it's 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 especially at a vulnerable time in a woman's life or a young woman's
Uh,
life even to have to face that stigma. You have to be
and
very
yeah,
strong.
right. And they go through the same uh, aftermath that you do of childbirth. You
Mm-hmm.
know, with the depression and all the different changes in your body. They go through that regardless of the fact that they don't have a child.
Mm-hmm.
So putting on that extra onus of the shame and the guilt, it's it's senseless. It's heartless.
Tragic.
Yes.
Absolutely, you said it so well. Um, One of the things that the current many women I've talked about is that there are very few, much less than when we were younger, very few women now young women who will claim to be feminists, or young men who will claim to be feminists. I think it gets a little better, but how do you think, I don't know if you agree, but if you do, how do you think we can get more women, young women,
I don't know.
involved in the issue?
I think right wingers made feminist a dirty word.
Mm,
You
mm-hmm.
know, so and actually it applies to men um, who are pro-choice. How do you think we get them activated? If we only knew.
Mm.
MCCC board members often wonder aloud what's going to happen to our organization when we determine older women can no longer do the job.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And and I was thinking perhaps the furor over the latest SCOTUS decision, uh, the younger women might see what they had to lose if they don't pay attention.
Yes. Well, that's
We can only hope. You can't beat them over the head. However, I got to throw this in. I'm very proud to say that my 5 granddaughters, all of them adults, are fiercely pro-choice, and
excellent.
that their mothers and I have had a hand in their abortion education.
That's
um,
great.
yeah, and 2 of them actually rode buses from their colleges to march with me and the rest of the MCCC ladies in the March for Women's Lives in 2004. And that is the proudest moment.
Oh, I'll bet. Oh, that's a wonderful story. What a wonderful legacy you've given them.
And they are appreciative of it too.
Oh, that's
They are.
terrific.
And I should mention I also have 2 grandsons, and they're also pro-choice.
Well, I should hope so.
Me too.
Well, Judy, you are delightful. And thank you so much for taking this time to talk with me today.
Well, it was my pleasure.
Oh, it was my pleasure, and I'm anxious for other people to see this and learn a little about you and about the movement and
Do I
about
get to
the
see it?
history. You will.
Okay.
Anyway, well, thank you so much, and I look forward to showing it to you. You take
Yeah,
care.
I want to see it. And
Bye
thank you so
bye.
much for doing this
Oh,
for us.
oh, oh! It's more than
And
my
your
pleasure.
mom, in honor of your mom.
Thank you.
She was a
Thank you.
wonderful lady.
I miss her terribly.
I
Thank
bet you
you.
do.
Toby's Fund for Women's Health is a 501c3 project of McHenry County Citizens for Choice Education Fund. If you wish to get involved with Toby's Fund or MCCC, contact us at info@mccc.org.